Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you've not done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you will be able to know when we upload new content. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to all of our subscribers. We have actually hit over 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so very much. Today we're going to have Corey to start us off, and we are going to do a requested video. I'm going to show you how I do this rhinestone tumbler from Cricut Design Space to completion. So Corey's going to go ahead and start us off.
Good afternoon. We're going to create a new project within Design Center. So we've already clicked new, so we're going to click new again. See, it's untitled. Now we're going to grab the pieces to our mug. So I'm going to click upload. Then I'm going to click upload image. And with upload image, you can either drag your part in or you can browse to your part. With Design Center, you can only drag one piece at a time. So if you have multiple pieces, you have to do this multiple times. So I have 3 pieces. So I have to click each piece at a time. Click open. Then I'm going to choose simple. Hit continue. Continue. Then we're going to click save as a cut image. Hit save. Then we're going to continue repeating for all the other images that we need to upload. So I'm going to put Isa for Lisa. Simple. Looks good. Again, save as a cut image. Save. And our final piece is going to be the mug cut files SVG. Looks great. I'm going to hit save. So we have all 3 images that we've uploaded into Design Center. So now we're going to click each one and we're going to look down here to make sure they show up. 1, 2, 3. So all 3 pieces show up, and we're going to click insert images. And they automatically put them in Design Center. You may think, oh, those are too big. Well, yeah. So now we're going to resize. So know what size you're going to resize them to. For the Lisa, we're going to, currently it's at 9.45 inches, so we're going to resize it down to 3 inches. I highlighted both pieces. Notice both pieces are contained within the box. Go within the width section and just highlight and click 3. Tab over and notice it automatically collapses down. Oh, when you do that, you want to make sure that this lock is locked. See how it's unlocked right now? Make sure it's locked so your proportions are locked. So now we're going to move Lisa off to the side for right now. Now we're going to do the Afro. So you see how the Afro is real small. We're making sure that our lock is clicked. And we're going to make her 3.5 inches tall. Hit tab and bam. So I want to make it, I want to zoom in a little bit because I need to take this apart. So I'm going to ungroup my files because some of them are grouped because it was an SVG. So I'm going to ungroup the mug files portion. As you can see, it says ungroup. Now she has some eyelashes and some lips, her shirt. So I want to change the color of her lips. So you can either click her lips or click them over here. Notice it's highlighted over here. So you click her lips and you come over to this box right here and change it to orange. I want to change her shirt. Again, you can either click the shirt or you can click over here, same difference. And change the color to orange. Now I'm not going to need her fabulous earrings right now. These little fabulous things. So I'm just going to hide those. And when you hide these items, they will not cut, or Cricut or your cutter will not see them to cut. So also I want to make Lisa the same color as my hair design. So again, I want to highlight both of them. And I'm going to change the color to orange. So that I want to make sure I want these to cut together so they're not in two different pieces, because otherwise, you know, I can move Lisa around, or Isa, but I want them to cut together. So I'm going to position it where I want it. I'm going to select both of them, and with Cricut you click the attach down here at the bottom, paper clip. So now if I click the Isa, everything is connected. See it? Alright, now I'm ready to cut, so I'm going to click Make It. And before I do that, here, let's make sure that all of our good work is not wasted, so we don't have to upload and re-upload again. So I want to save my project, or what I'm designing. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to name it. Lisa Tumbler. So now it's saved. Now let's get the printing. So I'm going to click Make It. And so with Cricut, or pretty much I believe as well as the silhouette portion, but with Cricut it puts each color on its own specific mat. Like our eyelashes are black, so they put them on a black mat. Our Afro and the name Lisa, shirt and lips are orange, so it puts it on the orange mat. And you can move these around to optimize saving when you cut vinyl, because you don't want to waste vinyl. So you move them around, optimize it how you want it. So okay. And then we're going to go to the skin tone. You can put it wherever you want it. Now everything is ready to cut. I want to start with my black. I'm going to hit continue. It's connecting to my Bluetooth maker, my Cricut. And while you're waiting for it to connect to your Cricut, you want to make sure that your vinyl is placed on your mat. So just go ahead and lay out all your vinyl. So each color vinyl goes on its own mat. So you would put the black on one mat, and then you would put your orange on another mat. If you notice down here, there's a switch called mirror. When you're using permanent vinyl, you do not want to mirror. The only time you mirror is when we're using HTV, and that's another video that we're going to do. But because this is adhesive vinyl, we want to leave mirror off on all of our mats. So make sure mirror is off on all of the mats. And see, our material comes up. We're going to set our base material for our vinyl. Because we're using permanent adhesive vinyl, we're going to choose premium outdoor vinyl. Within the Cricut, it's already preset with pressure and the thickness and everything. So now it's prompting us to load the tools into our Cricut. So we're going to use a blade. So once we load in our mat, Cricut is going to indicate to push the flashing C button. Notice this. So once this is prompted, you go over to your Cricut Maker and you press the button, and away you go. And now it'll start to cut. Notice it tells you that it's cutting mat number 1, which was the first mat in our queue. And then it'll say it's done. Then you would go over and eject the mat. You would put the new mat on. Then once you put the new mat on, the little C will pop up again, and you repeat the process until you're done with all your mats, and then you're done. And that is how you upload, arrange your sizes, and print with the Cricut. Thank you for watching.
All right, Corey, thank you so much for explaining how to do that. If you have any questions, as always, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will do my very best to address your concerns. And if I don't know the answer, I will try to find out for you. And so the Cricut has cut out all of the pieces that we need to do our tumbler design, the Afro lady design. And so now I am just weeding out the pieces that we don't need, so we can get started and get that on some transfer tape and transfer it over to our tumbler. Just getting those pieces weeded out here. On one part of the video, you'll notice that I put her name on the back of the tumbler, and then I changed my mind, and I thought it might look better in the front, so I changed it to the front. So if you see something that looks a little weird and off, it's because I changed my mind and changed the placement of the vinyl for her name. Okay, just getting everything weeded out here. Those eyelashes can be a little bit tricky because the cuts are so tiny. If you are a DIYer yourself and you would like to make this tumbler, we actually do have an Etsy shop, and the SVG for this particular design is on is in our Etsy shop, and it is available for purchase if you need it. I'll put the link below. Okay, just getting her together, getting her all weeded out. If you are a subscriber and you've seen my other videos, this is actually nothing new. It is the same thing that I do each and every time with this particular design. Just getting her skin put on so we can get her face together. You see I put my excess vinyl on the back of my hand, so it eliminates me having to reach across the table or try to fiddle with it, trying to get it off my weeding tool. It just kind of is more convenient for me just to put it right on my hand and then throw it away all in one bunch. Okay, got our eyelashes on. You can actually, when you have your Cricut to cut out the eyelashes, you can do your eyelashes if you're worried about getting them, if you're worried about them being uneven, then you can put them on transfer tape and put them both down at the same time. All right, just gonna put her clothes on. And now it's time for the transfer tape. So once I get her on the transfer tape, I'm using these little scraper or squeegee to get that all on that transfer tape as best I can, as smoothly as possible. All right, And then we're just going to put it back on the transfer tape carrier until it's time to affix that to the tumbler. Just going to do the same thing with her name. I'm going to get that up with the transfer tape. And then return it to the carrier and set that aside. All right, now this tumbler that I use is a 16-ounce acrylic tumbler by a company called Mars. And before I start my tumblers, I always want to make sure that I take the top off to make sure that there's no problems with the seal, make sure there's no cracks that are on the tumbler, because the last thing that you want to do is do all this work on a tumbler and then come to find out something's wrong with the seal or something that you can't use or you can't sell. So check it out first. And what I was spraying on there is just 70% isopropyl alcohol, and wiped it with a lint-free cloth. Okay. And then I just sit it on something to prop it up. Something soft, because I don't want the tumbler to be scratched in the process. All right, I've got my rhinestones, I've got orange, and I have crystal clear in size SS20 flatbacks. I got them from Be Createful, and I will put the link in the description. I'm also using Gem Tack as my adhesive for the rhinestones. Gem Tack is a really it's really good for this type of work. It is non-toxic. It goes on white, but it dries crystal clear and becomes permanent. So it's really good. And I haven't had any problems with it. It doesn't have any type of strong odor. So if you have a problem with things like that, you'll want to try Gem Tack. The Gem Tack I picked up at Michael's, but you can get it on Amazon. If you get rhinestones from Be Createful, I think they might sell Gem Tack, but they do sell other glues for rhinestone work as well. So I'm just getting this transfer tape down with the squeegee, trying to make sure that I work any bubbles out. But and I got it pretty good without any bubbles in any major area, but I got a bubble in one place that's very obvious, which was her lips. So I was trying to work the bubbles out, and it didn't. It was just one or two bubbles. So what I did was, this is a bubble removal strategy, if you will. And I take a very, very sharp, if you have a needle, I just took my weeding tool that's got a very sharp tip, and you make a very, very slight puncture in the vinyl, and then you go ahead and press that bubble out from there. And that strategy works pretty well for me. Now here, as you can see, most of her rhinestones are already put on her hair. I wanted to, just for the sake of time, go ahead and skip through to almost the end of putting the rhinestones on her hair. I have a couple more videos, about 2-3 more videos if you want to watch from start to finish with me putting the rhinestones on, if you want to see more of that. But for the sake of this video, I just went ahead and skipped ahead. So we're just using the scatter method to put the rhinestones in her hair. So the scatter method is just no rhyme, no reason. Every rhinestone just gets in where it fits in. And that's the method that I use for this particular design. Making sure all the rhinestones are laying flat. See that name's on the back, and I switched it to the front. And that name is, there's a technique that you would have to use if had I allowed the vinyl to dry for like the full 48-hour curing time, I would have had to have used, there's a, you can use Dawn dishwashing liquid to, as a solvent. There's a technique, and I might just do a video on permanent vinyl removal. But since I had just put it on, getting it off was not a problem, and the adhesive that was left, the residue, it was easily wiped away. And so I wasn't, of course, able to use that vinyl again that I had taken off the back, so I had to cut her name out again in a new vinyl. And so all I'm doing with her name is I am just adding some sparkle points and just to the tips of the letters in her name. And this one, she's got a lot of rhinestones on her hair already, so you know, I didn't completely cover the vinyl in rhinestones. If you want to do something like that, you certainly can, but I think the sparkle points were just fine in this case. And the sparkle points are about a SS6 or so flat back. And this is the final product. The dot on her eye is another SS20, just like in her hair. So it came out cute, it came out fine. Now you can see how to do it from start to the finish. So that was a requested video, and so I hope that helps those of you who needed to see how to bring your image into the design space. So I certainly thank you so much for watching. And again, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to it. Click on the notification bell so you know when we upload new content. Also follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Imania By Design. Or you can visit our gift shop online at imaniabydesign.com. And are you DIYers, if you want to purchase some of our SVGs or our rhinestone templates, you can visit our Etsy shop, Imania By Design. Thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you next time.